Hi, this is an overview of the user interface of 3dsmax 2013. The first thing you'll notice is that this little window comes up, and this gives you some links to the Essential Skills movie, 3dsmax YouTube learning channel, and links to files that you've opened or new ones you want to create. You can check it all off so it doesn't appear every time you open up Max by just unchecking that tick there. I'm just going to close it for now. Go and check them out though if you're new to Max, but there's other ways of getting to them. Okay, now the user interface, I could probably say the best way is to break it up into 6 different areas. You have the title bar and the main, well not the main, but the title bar and menus right at the top, which is where the main 3ds Max button is in the left hand top corner, and the 2 rows alongside that. That's one area. Second area is the main toolbar, and the main toolbar is this line of icons all along here and buttons, which you can move. You can spin around and move if they're not fitting into your screen. Mine are fitting into the screen, so that's pretty good. So that's the second area. The third area is underneath, which we call the modeling ribbon, and that's just underneath there. We'll go into each one of them later on. The fourth area is the viewpoint area, or viewports, different views of your model. The fifth area is your command panel over here. You use that a lot. And the sixth area is your lower interface area or bar down the bottom. Okay, so start from the top. The title bar and menu, well, the main thing and the main button you'd use up there was this guy here, which is your application button, your main application button. This is where you save all your files and you import and export your files. Yeah, you'll use that quite a lot, of course. That's why I use it all the time. So these other buttons alongside it, your quick access toolbar, where you can move forward and backwards in time. Forward and backwards in when you're working along there, and you can save files straight away, etc. So that's your quick access button, toolbar, buttons for your toolbar. Over the right side of that, you have your info center toolbar where you can serve the web, get to you, help files, all that kind of stuff, save as favorites, that sort of area up there. And in the middle, you should see your title of the work that you're working on. Underneath that, you have your edit button. Now you see this is all in text as well. You have your edit button, so you can scale, rotate things by using the buttons in there, for instance, and delete things. You have your tools button where you've got tools like align things and mirror tool. You can get in there and change things. You have your group drop down list here where you can group things and ungroup objects that you're making. The next bit along, you have your views where you can set up how you view stuff, show particular things in your views. The next button is create. You can actually create things through this button. Boxes and cones. You can see you can create all these things here. Next one is modifier. You can modify, put modifiers on objects, and you have a lot of fun doing that, I'm sure. And you'll be shown that later on, of course. Animation, you have animation controls in here, constraints to animation, bone tools in there. Graphic editors, this lets you get to all the graphic editors and whatnot through this way. Rendering, you have a button there that's all these drop down list here is all about rendering, environment, etc. Setting up your renders. Customize, you can customize the way it looks, the interface, and have preferences, etc. in there. We can do that. Max script, well, Max script. And help files are just in here. So you can get to those essential movies, skills movies, and tutorials through here anyway. So that's what I mean about that window. Okay. So yeah, they're cool. But underneath that is your main toolbar. Now this guy here, this is your main toolbar. I'll just deselect that. That's it. So your main toolbar here. So the first area here is like this is where you select and linked objects, so you can make things select, link and follow them and stuff. So they're buttons you use to do those. The next area here is just more selection area. In fact, most of this area here is just selection area. Yeah. And these here are tools like your selection region tools, and you'll notice that there's a little drop down or fly out button there where you can use different tools. You've got more in there. Max does that quite a lot. So you can do freeform tool, selection tool here, etc. Okay, so this area is selection area. The next area here are your sort of transform areas. This is where you can move things. So that's your move button, that's your rotate. You can rotate things in certain directions. And the next one along is your scale tool, where you scale things. Very important, those three there. Also got some more viewing stuff going on here. The way you create things, you can have snap to grids, etc. when you're creating a particular object, or snap to angle snaps when you only want to make that much of an angle. So there's tools in here for that sort of stuff. You can also make selection sets where you can have certain sort of like group selections together. And then more buttons here. For instance, this is a mirror tool. You've got a line tool there. The next one is about managing layers, because you can work in layers with Max. This one turns your graphic modeling tools on and off. You can get to your curve editor here, and you can get to other sheets, etc., editors and things. You can also get to your material editor, which is a very important one. There's shortcuts, of course, to all these. The next teapots, the 3 teapots along there, they're all dedicated to rendering. So that's where you render out your videos or render out your JPEGs, etc. Also got drop down lists, as you can see in there. Oop, turn that off. So that's your second area, your main toolbar, as we call it. The third area is the graphic modeling tool, graphic ribbon, and it's got broken down into 4 different sections there. Now, if I had something in the scene, you would see sub areas below that as well, but just 4 main areas. You've got your graphic modeling tools, you've got your freeform tools, your selection tools, and object paint, which is kind of cool. So that's your third area. Your fourth area is your viewports, and there's by default 4 viewports in there. So you've got a top view, a front view, a left view, a perspective view. All those can be changed. So that's your fourth area, where you're working with your files and viewing them all. Your fifth area is your panels, or your command panel. This is where you create all your objects. This is actually where you work the most, more so than anywhere in this command panel here, creating objects. The fifth area is the area down the bottom, which is the low interface panel. That's got animation time sliders in there, animation timeline. You can create animations, view them, fast forward them. That's basically what that area is about. And then, but right over in the corner here, you got viewing tools as well, where you can, for instance, toggle full view of one view or perspective view, or you can zoom in on things, pan things, etc. So there's tools in there for viewing. So that's a quick overview of the 6 different areas.